His calf issue is not a serious one, also a day-to-day situation. Hopefully he can get back pretty soon here because, of course, he was playing his best basketball of the season before going down the other day.
Guys, thanks very much. Warren, in terms of what we should expect tonight, obviously the first quarter wasn't great Saturday in Atlanta, but boy, they came out of that nicely. What are you looking for a start here?
I mean, I've said it before, you got to throw the first punch. I mean, like I said, New Orleans is not a team that's strong on the defensive end. They have to be able to capitalize there, and I think you do that by just being consistent, and that's something that we've seen them come out and do. So I expect Toronto to be aggressive and try and exploit the defensive holes that this team has.
We talked about Scotty Barnes. I mean, on a nightly basis, he flirts with a triple-double.
Yeah.
I mean, could you sort of quantify where you had him at the start of the year and where he is now?
Well, and I think I've said this before as well, I believe that the hardest thing to do in basketball is to find a way to continuously improve and get better. And at the start of the season, I think Scotty had measurable, goals for his success. But I think overall, what I could say about Scotty is that I think he's surprised even me in terms of his just overall improvement and what he's been able to do. And I don't just mean with the physical stuff. I'm talking about mentally. Through losing, through struggle, he's remained consistent. He's remained a leader. And I think that's all you can ask of your marquee player. I think he has all the tools to be great. I think everybody knows that. We can all see that. But it's another thing to stay engaged and engage the people around you. And I think that's how, for me at least, that's what I see in terms of Scotty's getting better, is that he's improved his ability to get other guys involved and improve his attitude.
And, I mean, he battled through some pretty significant injuries and came out of it actually better, didn't
Exactly,
he?
yeah, exactly.
All right, so against New Orleans tonight, the Pelicans are 4-2 their last 6 games. The Raptors are 5-1. Pelicans have lost their last 2, however, and the Raptors won their last 2 on the road and, in fact, are on, let's do some math here, a 3-game winning streak. So things are looking up for the Raptors for sure, and we'll see what that means tonight. Going to step out, come back, and have the opening tip-off for you. This is Raptors Game Night live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Yeah. Super Bowl 59 on TSN and CTV. The biggest sports spectacular with the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show featuring Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Super Bowl 59, Sunday, February 9th on TSN and CTV.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
You may have heard on the news that visits to Ontario food banks are at an all-time high. To illustrate this, I have some dimes here. 1 dime represents 1 visit to a food bank. And these dimes represent visits by people you may even know. Now, here's how many more food bank visits there are every day. Alarming, isn't it? But you can help. Every dime you donate to Feed Ontario will help Feed Ontario support more than 1,200 food banks and hunger relief organizations. Please, give now at feedontariotogether.ca for the big change your pocket change can make.
Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Do you ever experience brain fog? Improve your memory and think clearly again with Clear Brain from New Nordic. Clear Brain is specifically formulated to help maintain cognitive function and help support memory. Using a powerful combination of clinically proven all-natural ingredients like ginkgo and walnut extract, New Nordic's Clear Brain is Scandinavia's #1 selling cognitive health supplement. Available at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
Find hot prices at Sobeys. This week, get family-size, fresh, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $4.88 a pound. Find even more hot prices in the Sobeys flyer and in-store. Restrictions apply. See in-store or online for details.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Yes, they're getting set to take out the Pelicans. The Raptors are. Welcome to Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy high above the action. Let's go courtside. Paul Jones and Javon Shepard have their accounts and descriptions in order. And Jonesy, the Raptors have won 3 straight, so I have to ask, does the streak continue?
Well, you would think, or you would hope it does tonight, Jim, when you think about the way the Raptors have been playing and having a relatively healthy team right now. And we talked about it, Javon. They have one of the easiest schedules coming home. And New Orleans, a good opponent, but they too suffering from the injury woes. Let's get to the starters first from the Pelicans.
From Virginia, the 6'8" forward, number 25, is Trey Murphy III. Out of Baylor, a 6'11" center, number 21, is Yves Missi. From Washington, a 6'5" guard, number 5, DeJounte Murray. And from Lehigh, a 6'3" guard, number 3, is CJ McCollum. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans is Willie Green.
All right. Trey Murphy III, Zion Williamson, Yves Missi, CJ McCollum, and DeJounte Murray for the visitors from New Orleans. And familiar with a bunch of their personnel, their broadcaster, Antonio Daniels, the 4th overall pick of the Vancouver Grizzlies back in '97. I still call Antonio young fella. He said, Jonesy, enough with the young fella. I'm going to be 50 in a couple months. So, Taddy, we said that to him down here, and we said, it's okay. We're well past you. Just keep going, buddy. Just keep going. Also, their head coach, Willie Green, a guy that I've come to know and a fine coach, although he's going through it right now, having a tough time with all the injuries. And we talked about starting lineups. The Pelicans have had the third most different starting lineups.
25 of them, Jonesy.
25 behind only Golden State and Philly. So it tells you when you've had a lot of starting lineups.
Hey, to put that in perspective, the Toronto Raptors have had 17.
Right. And 17 is nothing to write home about either. So if you think Toronto's injured, New Orleans says, I got something for you. Let's get to the starters for the Raptors. Mark Strong is on the floor. The lights are down, and it's time to bring out the Raptors.
We the North, born and bred, bringing the saga to the 6. It's time for number 9, R.J. Barrett. Going hard at the point guard, number 45, Mr. Offside on tonight. Let's hear it for Davion Mitchell. Holding down the center, wearing the big number 19, Mr. Double-Double. Let's hear it for Jakob Poeltl. The kid from Kansas, wearing number 1. You know the name. Let's hear it for Grady Dick. And your Raptors NBA All-Star at 6'8", from Florida State. Make some noise for your boy, Scotty Barnes. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
All right, as always, the starting lineup is driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today to book a test drive. So the Raptors injured, and so is TSN 1050 tonight. I turned to my right to see Cameron Moore and say, where's Lipa? He's down.
Man down, next man up.
Man game lost, one for Lipa. Owen Hall's lost man games this year already. But the rest of the crew intact. Owen is here. Well, back at Raptor Central.
Them guys are weak, Jonesy. We didn't miss games. Those guys are weak.
Well,
these young guys.
I don't know if I'm in the young guy category anymore, but I could be missing some. Back at Raptor Central with Owen is Matt Cardadero, and you heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg, and up there with them, the vet, the wily vet. I don't know if he's ever missed a game, and it's been 30 years for him. Back to the days when we broadcast in the Sky Dome, and he's still doing his thing, Iron Man proportions. Paul Gadd. Paulie, I see you up there, man. And boy, have we got some stories to tell, radio days from 30 years ago. Paul, thank you for being up there tonight. Finisi Ransom, Nick Buchert, and the veteran Tony Brothers, as the Raptors wear the white with the red trimming, and New Orleans in the navy blue with the gold and the red. The tip is won by the Raptors, and they'll come front court, right to left. Davion Mitchell up top. On the bounce, he'll work far side, gets it to RJ in the lane, kick it out to Mitchell. Now to Grady, near side, left wing. Grady to Mitchell, far side, left hand to the middle. To Barrett, three in the air, got it. RJ still hot as a firecracker down the bottom of the well. He was 3 for 4 in the last game against Atlanta.
Good shots though, right? Patience with the basketball. They run their offense, get the continuation. Mitchell making a great kick out to RJ. RJ shot ready, popping up into it.
Misi to Williamson, drives, gets to the left hand, puts it up, no good, but fouled by Pirtle.
That's what you can't allow Zion to do, is really get a head of
running
steam
start
with that left hand, to that left hand. And you know, the Raptors here foul and put him at the line, which is not a bad idea. Only a guy that only shoots 63% from the free throw line. But you've really got to take away his space from him and not allow him to use his force, his power, and his athleticism getting downhill to that left hand.
Nice to see Zion in the lineup from a fan perspective. He's played very few games here in Toronto. Knocks down 2 free throws. Says, hold that, Javon Shepherd.
I'll tell you something. He looks like he's in really good shape, and that is a scary sight.
Somebody said, can you tell if he's lost weight? I said, it's like looking at the Atlantic and saying it's down an inch. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but he does look a little more cut and ready to go. Pirtle down low is fouled after the drive by Davion Mitchell.
Mitchell gets down. He gets right under the basket. It's funny because you think guys know the scouting report. Mitchell's not going to try and score the basketball, but he gets under the basket and gets Missy up in the air. Now Pirtle's just matched up with a guard. He gets the basketball. Great scoop pass wraparound and gets himself to the free throw line.
Javon, knowing the scouting report is one thing, but being able to stop it because you know what's coming. Sometimes it's like weather. You know it's coming.
And you know what I'm forgetting is the speed at which Davion moves with the basketball. So as much as you know the scouting report, like he's so herky-jerky, gets where he wants on the floor, hard to stop.
Pirtle makes 1 of 2, 4-2 Raptors. New Orleans brings it front court. DeJounte Murray, far side. Off to Misi up top. Now back to Murray. Drive, 3 in the air, no good. And they've got a foul called, and it'll go on Davion Mitchell. And it'll be a 3-shot foul for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, I think, you could see what happened here because Davion's trying to go under the screen, but he wants to have a sense of urgency getting back in front, DeJounte Murray, because he's not a three-point shooter, only shooting 30% from the three. And Davion gets caught up there a little bit, gets tripped up and a little out of control, picking up the foul on Murray at the three-point line. But the right idea, right? You want to, if you're going to go under the screen, you got to be able to get back in front of the offense.
Murray makes two. DeJounte, second team all defense in 2018. It was an all-star in 2022. And I remember when he was picked by San Antonio 29th in 2016, Sean Elliott saying, if they did the draft over, this guy'd be in the lottery. Game tied, New Orleans up 5-4, not for long. Barnes finds Pirtle, who lays it in on the alley-oop. 6-5 Toronto. McCollum up top. Step back jumper on Grady. No good. Long rebound to Barnes. Outlet to Mitchell. Davion up the far side, right wing. Stutter dribble and has it knocked away by Trey Murphy. On the steal, Murphy goes the other way. He loses it. Here comes Barnes. 4-on-3. Scotty into the corner to Davion. Back up top to Scotty. 3 in the air from Barnes. No good. Rebound, McCollum. 5-4 New Orleans. 10 minutes to go. First quarter. On the lob down low, they tried to get it to Misi, and it went out of bounds. Toronto basketball. Darko calling the play, looking like a guy conducting a band at half court. Tubas, we need some more noise. Barnes into the lane, kicks it out to Mitchell. Back to Scotty on McCollum. Scotty gets to the mid-range, jumper in the air, no good. Tipped up by Pirtle twice, knocked away. Here come the Pelicans. 5-4 New Orleans, 9.5 first quarter. Murphy 3 up top, no good. Standing rebound to Grady, runs it front court to Barrett. Underneath to Pirtle, lay it up and in. What a pass by RJ.
That was a 3-on-3 fast break, and RJ turns it into a 3-on-2. Right, running, and Pirtle running under the basket. Didn't force it, bounce pass, good hands, great finish.
Murray 3, no good, far side, rebound to Barnes. Here comes Barrett, up the near side, into the corner to Mitchell. Up top Barnes, Scotty walks into a 3, rattles, doesn't go. Rebound, Zion Williamson. 8-5 Toronto, 8:50 to go first quarter. Zion drives, puts that barrel chest on vertical.
Chest to chest.
Put that big barrel of a chest on Jakob Pirtle and
Pirtle's still 7 foot, 253, Jonesy.
Grady curls, elbow jumper, got it near side. Left wing from 17 feet, 10-7 Toronto. Murphy up top, on the bounce. Gets it to Misi, back to Murphy, deep 3, no good. Out of bounds. And it'll beat Toronto basketball. 10-7. Raptors with the lead. Mitchell up top. Gets it to Pirtle. Back to Mitchell. Step back 3. No good. Long rebound. Pelicans. 8 minutes to go. First quarter. Toronto up 10-7. Murphy drives. Blocked at the 10 by Pirtle. Here comes Toronto. Barrett. Left hand to the middle. Gets to the cup and lays it in. Timeout, Willie Green. RJ Barrett, 2 for 2, knocking down a triple. He's got 5, and Toronto's up 12-7.
You see right there why RJ's a third in NBA in fast break points, right? Gets it in transition. He's such a force with his shoulders, gets to that left hand. And think about the possession, a couple possessions before, making the right pass. He's added both elements to his game, finishing and passing at the rim.
Timeout on the floor. Let's take a break. 12-7 Toronto. 7:53 first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Canada's team. Canada's sports leader. Jack, Matt, Kayla, Kia, Kate, Leo, and Sam bring you the Toronto Raptors.
They're going to give you everything they got.
Hey, basketball fans. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight here on Toronto Sports Insider while we listen to the Raptors take on whoever they're taking on tonight. We really appreciate you being here, hanging out with us, chatting it up, cheering on We the North. We need all the help we can get this season. It has not been a good season so far. Please share this link out as well. We're trying to build a community of Raptors fans here. We got it with the Leafs. We've got it with the Blue Jays too, but it doesn't help when the team isn't doing so hot. But hey, we're working on it. Raptors are working on it. We'll see you back in the chat. Go, We the North, go. Thank you for being here and hitting that like button.
.ca/skatelending.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, 12-7. Raptors lead the Pelicans by 5. And now over the last 6 games and 4:07, the Raptors, with Barnes and Barrett on the floor, have a field goal percentage of over 57%. They are a plus 38, but better yet, the opponent is shooting less than 45%. The young core getting it done, and they get defense there as RJ slaps 5 with Darko after forcing the turnover on Trey Murphy III.
Well, to add to your point, you think about it right now, New Orleans is only shooting 16% from the floor in this opening minutes of this game, 1 for 6. Toronto has the clamps down early.
Barnes on the drive in the lane, lays it up and in.
They run that stacked action. David set a great screen, and everybody anticipating Scotty to make that pass to the shooter. He just takes it right to the basket, straight line drive on the right side.
Front court, New Orleans. Trey Murphy into the ball game. Is fouled by Grady. Grady thought he got a lot of the orange, but referee Nick Buchert saying, no, you reached in. That's a foul, but I'll give Grady credit for that. As you said, Javon, the feet were moving.
Yeah, he was moving, just wasn't disciplined at the last second, just poked his hand in there. But a good job moving his feet, and then on the re-screen, getting over top the screen. And that's the toughest thing, is just not to use your hands, especially when you're playing some good defense.
Javonte Green in the ball game for New Orleans. Raptors 14, Pelicans 7, 7:09. First quarter. DeJounte Murray. Mitchell right on him. McCollum forced to take a deep 3 at the end of the shot clock. It's no good. Back comes Grady. Kicks to Scotty. To Pirtle. Back to Barrett. 3 in the air. No good. Barrett looked good. Felt confident. Barnes with the rebound. Raptors get it back. It's knocked away. The steal by the Pelicans. Murray to McCollum. Up top to Murphy. 6:35 first quarter. Raptors up 14-7. Murphy drives into the corner. Javonte Green 3, no good. Rebound Grady. Outlet RJ up the near side, left wing. Raptors in the white, coming right to left. Posting Barnes down low. The double comes. Great find to Pirtle, who lays it in.
That's really
what
good
a play by Scotty.
Really good basketball. That double team is coming on the baseline side on the pass.
Yes.
And Scotty's turning and making the play in the air. Great read before it even happens.
Ball in the air, and Scotty knew what he was doing with it before he caught it.
That is
and then
great awareness.
At the other end, Barrett stands tall defensively. Ball out of bounds to New Orleans. Daniel Tice checking into the ball game with Jordan Hawkins. Jamal Shed in the other half of the two-headed I'll play defense monster. Jamal Shed checking in. I know there's no Quickly, but I love this combination, the way these two guys play. McCollum takes the inbound. And they turn it over. Ochai Agbaji into the ball game for Toronto. Grady up front on the bounce. Gets it to Shed. Straight away, Jamal works left side, near wing. Into the lane, tries to find Pirtle, knocked away. Here comes Murray. DeJounte Murray drive, and the foul will go on Grady as he tried to retreat, but got a lot of body, according to the official.
Grady's going to pick up his second one here. It's unfortunate he's going to get this one in transition. DeJounte Murray just so fast coming across his body. Coach Darko's going to review this one. Feels that there was an elbow by Murray on the play.
Well, the elbow hit Grady before Grady fouled. And Bruce Brown out there mugging for New Orleans, circling his finger like he wants to take off, and then throwing elbows like
the player's been challenged about Toronto.
Darko is 13-15 in challenges this year and has won his last two the other night in Atlanta. Let's take a break, though. 5:42 first quarter, 16-7 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Well, there was a long explanation by Tony Brothers, and the short of it is they're going to uphold the call. Darko looking at Finisi Ransom now saying, how? And now as official Ransom gives the explanation, if Darko's eyebrows were any higher, they'd need a haircut. Like, he is flummoxed, flabbergasted at the explanation. Still not buying it, but he's going to have to accept it. DeJounte Murray will go to the line. First one is good. I don't know, called me old-fashioned, but somehow I think that a call suddenly will go the Raptors' way at some point. Free throw's good by DeJounte Murray. Pelicans into a little 2-2-1 press. No, they just back up, and Shed brings it front court. 16-9 Raptors. 5.5 to go, first quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds, far side right wing. Toronto ball. Raptors into white, coming right to left toward Bay Street. Brown to Barrett, turns the corner in the lane, floats it up, no good. Pirtle can't squeeze the rebound, he's stripped. Here comes DeJounte Murray. Front court, Murray on the bounce, far side, left wing. Gets it to Hawkins, guarded by Barrett. RJ moving his feet quickly. Pick and roll, they get it to Tice in the lane. Took a walk, but didn't matter, threw it away anyway. Bruce Brown with the steal. Brown, front court, gets it to Shed. Running start in the lane to Abaji, reverse layup is good. Love the Ochai cutting away from the ball.
Baseline cut, used her backboard to protect himself in the left side finish.
Tice, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound. Wow, athletic putback by Javonte Green. Raptors up 18-11, 4.5 first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Shed up top, pulls for a three, no good, was right on line. Murray with the rebound. DeJounte front court. On the drive, cut off by Abaji. Up top to Tice, back to Murray. Works far side, left wing to Tice. Shot fake, spin, fall away jumper, no good. Great D by Pirtle. Here comes Jamal Shed. 18-11 Raptors. We hit inside 4 minutes, first quarter. RJ drives and is fouled as he got to the baseline. On the pass off, though, so it'll be a side out of bounds for Toronto.
For Toronto right now, with Daniel Tice in the game, they can be a bit more aggressive on the perimeter because Tice is not really a scoring threat, and that allows Pirtle to sag back into paint a bit more and give those guys that reassurance on the backside. So you can see Shed, Abaji, RJ, and Bruce Brown really lock up on the perimeter right now.
Shed in the lane, floats it up and in. The patented Jamal Shed floater. A very balanced floater, Javon.
Very, and he works on that, right? Yeah. It's good to see him knock that one down. Came out in this game a little bit unsettled, rushed a little bit. First play, turnover. So just seeing that one go down will settle him down a bit.
Murray drives. Great switch. Brown picks him up as Murray went to the corner to cut off a potential pass to help on the strong side, and the two of them slap five. And that's perfect communication.
Perfect communication, and it was all done with eyes, right?
Yes.
This is where you start talking about chemistry building on the defensive side of the floor, right? CJ McCollum drives the basketball, DeJounte Murray drives the basketball, and Bruce Brown switches out of that strong side corner, and right away, Jamal Shed covers his man in the corner.
Seamless. Barnes back in the game. Abaji now guarding McCollum. McCollum three, good.
That's a quick trigger.
Christian James McCollum. He's known for that. He can knock it down.
When you start hearing the government name, you know he's a real deal. When the government comes out, the full government is real.
2014. Raptors by 6. Orlando Robinson into the ball game. His pass for Scotty deflected. Here comes New Orleans. Murray kicks it out. Hawkins three, far side, no good. Rebound to Murray. In the lane, kicks it out to Tice. Now to Hawkins. On the bounce, gets it to Murray. Far side against Barnes. Scotty in his chair, cuts him off. DeJounte gives him his Sunday move. The jumper, though, no good. Rebound Abaji. 2:40 to go. First quarter, Raptors up 20-14. Barnes, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound knocked away. Shed had it, couldn't squeeze it. 2.5 first quarter. New Orleans coming front court, left to right in the blue. McCollum on the bounce near the logo, works right, now back to the left, down the far side, bounces off Robinson, wanted the foul, didn't get it, missed the shot, and here comes Barnes. Scotty near side left wing, down to the left corner to Brown, back up top, Bruce into the middle, floater in the lane, no good, rebound to New Orleans. The pace furious right now, but not much scoring. Shed called on the foul as McCollum crossed over. Left to right, coming toward the near sideline above the arc, and Jamal got a little too handsy. So Jamal Shed takes the foul. And McCollum will go to the line for two. New Orleans already 7 of 7 from the stripe. First free throw good by McCollum.
7 for 7 from the stripe. That's about the only thing they're getting out there, Jonesy. When I'm looking at the numbers right now, their perimeter, Murphy, McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Green, those guys have combined for 1 for 12 right now.
Yeah, and you know, Javon, that's the thing. You've got to play defense without fouling. Keep them off the line because you're doing the job in other spots. Here comes Shed, front court against Jose Alvarez. 2016, Toronto by 4. Brown outside to Abaji, now to Barnes on the elbow. against McCollum. Scotty, big boy, back him down. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound tipped away. Here comes McCollum. Runs front court. Herky-jerky in the lane, loses it. Bruce Brown scoops up the loose orange. Front court to Barnes. Scotty steps into a three. Got it in the bottom of the well.
That is nice. Just stops and pops, and Green is just too small. Scotty shooting right over the top of him from the three-point line. It comes right back down to defend Zion.
And Zion beat him on the bounce. So the Raptors see the lead cut to 23-18. Barnes, three again, no good. Rebound on the ground. Zion has it. Up court to Hawkins. Back to Zion. Drives on Barnes. Reverse layup up and in.
He's so strong. The last two plays, he's gotten a slight step on Scotty, and there's not much you can do to recover to get in front of him.
That's a train going downhill with no brakes. Abaji up top to Barnes, and the pass was errant, and it went past the timeline. So the Raptors with a 3-point lead and 45.9 seconds to go.
But they just got to be a bit more crisp setting up their offense in that 2-3 zone that New Orleans is set up in, right? The last possession was a turnover, and right before that, Scotty Barnes actually got a really good shot from it because he flashed a high post from the weak side, forced the matchup with C.J. McCollum because they go man-to-man once that ball gets to the high post. Those are shots that Scotty can knock down and they can continue to look at in that 2-3 zone.
Williamson, far side in the corner. Three in the air, no good from Green. Rebound down to Barnes. 30 seconds, first quarter. Raptors by 3, 23-20. Brown drives baseline, lost the handle. Hit the baseline. Turnover number 6 for Toronto. Here comes Zion. Front court against Orlando Robinson. Raptors showing him boxes and elbows. Looks like a team picture of the defense right now. Williamson drives left, of course. Floats it up, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown, 8 seconds. Bruce on the run. D's to Abaji, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Brown, double clutch, no good. But he's fouled by Trey Murphy III. And Brown will go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Just good second effort. Just second effort right there.
Bruce Brown, junkyard dog.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He's a 6'5" junkyard dog. But how about the unselfishness in transition, right? Abaji can't convert the layup, but he's the first one off of the floor to get it. The offensive rebound, put it back up, pick up the foul, and tell Trey Murphy to pick him up.
I love it. Bruce is one of those guys, like I said, he's like a junkyard dog, always around the ball. Wherever there's food, you see him. You know, like
he sniffs it out.
Yeah, you know, the junkyard's locked up. There's a padlock on the gate, but there's that dog eating just outside the gate. Where'd the food come from? I don't know, but it's here. Free throw's good for Bruce, 25-20. Raptors by 5, 1.3 seconds to go. Finesi Ransom playing cat and mouse with Javonte Green. Gave him the ball twice. Green didn't catch it. So the referee calls it a delay of game. Ball into Hawkins. Doesn't get the shot off. And the Raptors end the first quarter with a 25-20 lead.
And they got to continue playing defense the way they are without the fouls, because those are the only points that New Orleans is getting right now. 9 for 9 from the free throw line, but Toronto doing a good job holding it for 5 for 22 from the floor.
Second quarter, when we come back, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
This product may not be right for you. Read product label and follow directions.
Tired of thinning or receding hair? Try Hair Grow by New Nordic. Millions of men and women around the world trust Hair Grow. With its patented tocotrienol complex, the Hair Grow supplement is clinically proven to promote new hair growth and increase hair count in as little as 4 months. It's a new year and the perfect time for a new you. Start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available at Costco, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Cameron Moore beside us tonight. Back at Raptors Central, Owen Hall, Matt Cardadero. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg. Paul Gatt up top with them. And those festivities will commence at halftime, but we still have the second quarter to play. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. 25-20 for the hometown Toronto Raptors over the visitors from the Crescent City of New Orleans. Trey Murphy III, Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarez, Zion Williamson, and Javonte Green will bring it front court in the blue uniforms, left to right for the Pelicans. Davion Mitchell, Orlando Robinson, Bruce Brown, Scotty Barnes, and Chris Boucher defending in the white for Toronto. Williamson near side against Robinson. Goes left into the lane, has it knocked away. Toronto gets a steal. Bruce Brown up the far side, right wing. On the bounce, gets it to Barnes. Works left side, dribble handoff, Boucher. Swing it to Brown. Gets a screen from Robinson. Brown crosses over, spins in the lane. Zion eats it up and then saves it. Here comes Murphy. Off to Hawkins. On the bounce, Jordan Hawkins out of Connecticut. Works near side. Gets it to the nail to Williamson. Back out, they swing it. Hawkins, three, got it near side. New Orleans cuts it to 2 at 25-23. Raptors front court. Brown drives, floats it up, no good. Barnes with the tip, no good. Comes down in traffic with the rebound, blocked by Zion. Ball out of bounds, it'll be Toronto oh no! It was easily Toronto basketball. And they're going to call a jump ball. Easily Toronto basketball. The big board can show you that. That's something where, to me, the people at the scorers table, all of our minor officials, qualified referees should say, we saw the replay, it goes this way. It should be, they're wondering now, should it be a fresh 24? Well, nobody had possession because the shot went up. So Bruce Brown and Trey Murphy will jump, and Bruce wins the tip. Orlando Robinson has it. Gets it to Barnes. Three in the air. Far side, no good. Rebound tipped away, and Boucher came down with it, but they're going to call Robinson on an over the back.
Scotty Barnes just 1 for 5 from the free throw line, from the three-point line, excuse me. Want to see him get that basketball in the post a bit more in that mid-post.
Yeah.
He's been eating. That's what's been his bread and butter over the last couple of games, and we've seen New Orleans double team him early. He's made some good decisions out of it, right? Really get some offense flowing for this team out of that mid-post look.
Orlando Robinson with the foul. His second. Trying to hang on to Zion Williamson literally with his hands around his waist. 25-23. 2-point lead for Toronto. New Orleans ball near side, right wing. They'll inbound in front of Darko Rajakovic. Get it to Javonte Green. Now to Alvarez. And they've got it. Another foul on Orlando Robinson.
Well, this is the right call here because he gets that back screen, right? Zion's coming off that cross screen, and he's trying to swim over, right? But just again, he's being penalized here because of his height advantage in this situation at 6'10", trying to swim over a much smaller defender.
Green drives. Great challenge by Scotty Barnes. The missed layup. Here come the Raptors on the run. Boucher, shot fake, flyby, 3 in the air, rattles, doesn't go. Bruce Brown puts it up and in.
Yeah, he's an energizer. He just has fun. Right now, he finds a way to get that basketball in between the trees and smiling on his way back on defense.
He just loves to play the game. I love the joy that he plays with. Offensive foul, Zion Williamson. The Saints could use some of that blocking, or maybe the Commanders could have used some of it yesterday on the run game. Zion pancakes Davion Mitchell. Here comes Mitchell, front court. On the bounce, steps back, they leave him open. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Zion, saves it, goes to Scotty. Off to Brown, into the corner. Barnes, 3, no good. Rebound Trey Murphy III. Scotty now 1 of 6 from distance. Jumper no good from Hawkins. Here comes Toronto. Front court. On the bounce, Boucher to Barnes. On Williamson, down low, Orlando Robinson. Backs into the lane, jump hook in the air, good.
I love it, I like it.
That's a big man move.
That's a big man move, but Scotty Barnes got him that basketball. Could have been selfish and took it himself. But Orlando's been working on Zion Williamson, and Scotty comes down and says, here, big fella, here, young fella, I'm going to give you a gift.
Williamson up top against Robinson, crosses over, gets to his left hand, floats it up and in. That man has 2 directions, left and extreme left. He don't know nothing about the right hand.
And you know what? He has another gear, left.
29-25. Toronto with a 5-point lead. Under 9 minutes to go, first half. Mitchell on the bounce, down to the baseline. Kicks it to Boucher. Tees up a 3, no good. Rebound, Javonte Green. Off to Trey Murphy III.
Raptors right now struggling from that 3-point line, only 2 for 13, 15% from that line.
I'm saying get off it.
Yeah, you can't get too comfortable there.
Zion in the lane, bounces off. Robinson puts it up and in, and the foul will go on Orlando Robinson.
That's a tough match for Orlando. That's his 3rd foul, and 2 of them I question. I question this one right here because Zion gets into the paint, right, and he's pretty vertical. Zion's initiating that contact chest to chest, and that's talked about it before, right? He spins off of Davion Mitchell, but you can't allow him to get that running start. If he gets 2 steps and then can plant,
referees,
that's so tough to, one, for the refs to officiate, but also to defend.
Darko's saying the same thing, and this is the play that I have, Javon, where a guy plants and is going in the direction that any contact would have him go, and he gets the benefit of the call. There's not necessarily contact. He was going that way anyway. 29-27, Raptor lead 2. 8:10 to go, first half. Mitchell into the corner. Boucher drives baseline, kicks it out to Barrett. Near side, RJ on the bounce. Off to Davion. Inside the arc on Tice. Step back jumper, good. Davion Mitchell gets in his bag.
And he's got to do that, right? If they're going to play him so low, so often, pretty much dare him to shoot that 3-point shot, get to a spot where he's comfortable.
Zion in the lane, raises up, knocks it down. He's got 14. Going to work on 6 of 7. 31-29.
When Zion he jumps and he plants, so he leans forward into your space.
Boucher, corner 3, down the bottom of the well. 34-29, Toronto by 5. Zion near side. Up top to Murphy, swing it to Hawkins. To Alvarado, shot fake, far corner. Now brings it out top. Jordan Hawkins into the lane. Great D by RJ. Verticality. No foul called on the contact. Here comes Toronto. And Boucher is fouled by Alvarado. Far side right wing above the arc. Around the hash mark. And it'll be Toronto basketball. Far side right wing. 34-29. They lead with 7:05 to go. First half. Barrett will inbound. Barrett, Boucher, Brown, Shed, and Pirtle. In the white, moving right to left toward Bay Street. Pirtle take the inbounds.
Right now, New Orleans gone right back into that 2-3 zone.
Raptors screen the zone. Brown gets into the middle, kicks to Shed. Shot fake, drive, floats it up, blocked by Trey Murphy III. Out of bounds, and we'll have a timeout. 34-29 Toronto, 6:53 first half. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
I'ma go harder than most. TSN and TSN Plus are your home for the National Lacrosse League on NLL Friday night. And get even more action on TSN Plus with every game all season long. What a play!
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention, and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
With Food Basics deals like a 6-pack of 710 milliliter Pepsi or Diet Pepsi for just $3.25 each, you'll be saying, totally wowza! Shop in store and online until January 29th. Food Basics, always more for less.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
.653 first half. The Raptor, the best mascot in pro sports, whipping the crowd into a frenzy right now. 34-29, Toronto leads by 5. As we wind our way toward halftime, Raptors looking for their 4th consecutive win. It's been a long time since Toronto's won 4 in a row. February 2023, 2 years ago, was the last time the Raptors won 4 in a row. They're looking for that tonight. Barrett takes the inbound. Up top, gets it to Pirtle. Great pass down low, lays it in.
Great patience by Pirtle, allowing
great
Hawkins to fly by after the seal, up and under, protecting himself for 2.
Alvarado, front court. Grady Dick back in the game. Murphy drives, cut off in the lane. Short jumper, good. 36-31 Toronto. 6:25 clock running first half. Shed on the bounce. Far side, right wing. Works toward the arc. Now gets it to Pirtle straight away. Jakob turns. Left hand, dribble handoff to Barrett. RJ gets a screen, works left. And they've got an offensive foul on Pirtle as he was moving, according to official Tony Brothers. McCollum back in. Hawkins out. Murray back in. Alvarado, front court. Gets it to Murphy. Into the lane. Now backs out. Tice. Straight away to Murphy. Near side, right wing on Pirtle. Gets it to Murray. Guarded by Shed. Shot clock at 5. Murphy 3, no good. Rebound, Tice pushes Barrett. And New Orleans gets the rebound. Tice pushes him in the back again. No call. Darko beside himself. Barrett drives, gets to the lane, leans in, and has it blocked out of bounds by Murphy.
Both those guys have a couple words for each other on the baseline. RJ with a little chest bump.
ACC going on there between Virginia and Duke. Grady drives, has it knocked away. Here comes Alvarado. On the bounce, the Georgia Tech man into the lane. Spins, loses the orange, but it goes right to New Orleans. Murphy misses the shot. Pirtle with the rebound. Outlet to Barrett. Toronto on the run. Barrett to Shed. Steps into a three. No good. Long rebound, Murray.
Still a good look for Shad in transition there. Just got to get the legs under him.
Murray drives. Oh, and they got a late foul call, and it'll go on Grady. Once again, New Orleans will get to the line. 11 personal foul calls on Toronto, 5 on New Orleans. Two shots for DeJounte Murray. First one is good. 36-32. Raptors by 4. Stick around at halftime. You'll hear Jim Taddy and Warren Ward along with Josh Lewenberg breaking down the first half and what went on and what we might see in the second half, or at least something to look for. Back at Raptors Central, Owen Hall, Matt Cardadero, Paul Gatt up top with the halftime crew, and Cameron Moore beside us here at halftime, or courtside. Barrett, far side, into the lane. Turns, kicks it to Pirtle. Back to Barrett, underneath, lays it up and in. Man, that's buddy
great
ball
touch
passing.
Touch pass, give it up, RJ. And Pirtle with the nice tip. And RJ, good hands, tough traffic, tight traffic under the rim.
Murray in the lane, kicks it out. Darko wanted the double dribble, didn't get it. McCollum up top, in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Outlet, Barrett. RJ, quick hit ahead to Shed. Three in the air, got it.
And that's the one. That's a little different. RJ advancing the basketball up the floor, and you can see Shed made more of an effort to dig low and get that shot up.
Down the bottom of the well for Jamal Shed. Murphy in the lane, has it blocked. The Raptors save it. Here comes Shed up the near side, left wing to Pirtle in the middle. Back to Shed. Boucher, three in the air, near side, good! Down the bottom of the well for Boucher. Back-to-back bombs from Toronto. 44-33, they suddenly lead by 11. Biggest lead of the game for either team.
An unselfish play there. RJ kicking it up to Shed, knocking it down. Shed in transition. Could have took that one, the second one. But instead he drops it off to Chris Boucher, creates a little bit more space, give up a good shot to get a great shot. Unselfish play leads to good results.
Let's take a break. Raptors by 11, 3:54 first half. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
.354 first half. Raptors leading by 11, biggest lead of the game, 44-33. And a large ovation for Canadian soccer legend Christine Sinclair. Must be soccer night. I ran into my guy Dwayne DiRosario also in the back. D-Ro had one of the best celebrations when he scored a goal. He had that kind of like that duck walk, the head bobbing. And man, if I ever scored a goal in soccer, they couldn't start the game because I'd be dancing for a half an hour, man. That is tough to do. McCollum to Murphy, now to Misi. Front court, New Orleans down 11. Murray, 3-ball up top, no good. Back come the Raptors. Barnes, Pirtle, Boucher, Barrett, and Shed. Shed up top. On the drive into the lane. The hook shot, no good. Rebound. Here comes New Orleans. Murray, drive into the lane, floated up and in. Tough shot, DeJounte Murray. Outlet, here comes Toronto. Barnes, front court, gets it to Shed. Now to Scotty. Short corner, up top, Barrett, swing it, Boucher. 3 in the air, no good. Pirtle fights for the rebound. Kicks it to Barnes. Scotty, drive baseline. Now kicks it out to Pirtle. Up to Shed, shot clock at 5. Under 3 to go. Lob it up, Barrett with a jam. Pirtle with the floated up in the air. And RJ says, business time.
And that's great play by Pirtle, right? Goes to set the step-up screen and slips out so he doesn't put Shed in a tough spot on the corner. And then the lob to RJ. Great play.
Murphy misses the shot. Back comes Barrett. RJ drive and has it knocked away. Here comes Murray on the run. Into Pirtle. And the foul is called.
That's where DeJounte Murray's so tough, right? Yeah. He's a blur in transition. 9 points here today. 7 of those have been from the free throw line. But if he gets that basketball in the open court, right, it is tough because he can change directions, he can change gears, and he has a defense on their heels.
Bruce Brown, Davion Mitchell, Grady Dick checking in for Toronto. Murray misses the first free throw. Pirtle, Shed, and Boucher will check out. Brown, Barrett, Barnes, Mitchell, and Grady Dick in the game for Toronto. 2:26 first half. Murray's second free throw, no good. So Toronto will bring it front court. Barnes on the bounce, gets it to Grady, catch and shoot 3, bang, down the bottom of the well. That's like automatic for Grady. 14-point lead, biggest of the game for the Raptors. McCollum, far side, gets it to DeJounte Murray. On the bounce against Bruce Brown, drive, Bruce cuts him off. They get it back to Murray. Bruce sitting in his chair, staring him down. Murray drives, Bruce with great defense. They got to get it to McCollum, and he doesn't beat the buzzer. Bruce Brown got him on lockdown.
The perimeter defense today has been extremely tight, right? Trey Murphy, 1 for 9. CJ McCollum, 1 for 6. DeJounte Murray, 1 for 5. Green, 1 for 4. Right? They've really been locked in on the defensive side of the floor, getting into the guards and forcing difficult shots, rather.
Barnes into the corner to Mitchell, far side, right wing. Now to Bruce Brown, plays screen and roll with Scotty. They get it to Barnes. Went airborne and lost it. Here comes McCollum. Front court on the lob to Trey Murphy, no good. But Zion there to pick up the ball and lay it in.
And that man right there has been the reason why they've been able to stick around in this game with his 16 points.
Scotty up top. Drive on Javonte Green. Fouled as he got into the lane. big boy time for Scotty, and he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Right, the last 2 possessions for Scotty have been different, right? The last play, yes, a turnover, but the spacing was just off. Bruce Brown gave him a pass and brought his defender at the same time, but it was a post-up, right? Not settling at the three-point line, and this attack here, catching the basketball and trying to get downhill. I should say uphill, rather, because it was through traffic in the paint. Draws the foul and knocks down the first of 2.
Barnes with 6 on the night. Make it 7, although he's only 2 of 11 from the floor. 7.6 rebounds, 4 assists, still putting a stamp on the game. Raptors by 14. Biggest lead of the game, 51-47. Zion drive, no good. Scotty with the contest. Here comes Bruce Brown, front court to a charging Barnes into the corner. Barrett drives, baseline, muscles it up, no good. Can't get the rebound. Here comes DeJounte Murray. Off to McCollum. Drives. Oh, and they got Davion on the block.
He's going to make the right play on defense.
Although I would say that McCollum stepped into it with a travel.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Like, Davion's going to make the right decision on the defensive side and put the responsibility on the officials. Now, that could have went either way.
Close. Very close.
He took it right on the chest.
Yeah. Ball don't lie. McCollum misses the first free throw. Second one, no good. Janet Jackson, a little poetic justice. 51-37. Raptors by 14. Mitchell drives, bounces McCollum off, says, hold that, and lays it in. McCollum on the drive, near side, gets into the lane, right back at Mitchell.
Anything you can do, I can do better. CJ's a score. He's not going to sit down and just let you run by him. He took that one personally.
53-39, Raptors.
All right, let's see it now. I want to see Davion go right back at him.
20 seconds to go, first half. Shot clock at 14. Mitchell gets it to Grady off the screen. The 3 in the air, no good, but he's fouled. Grady was drifting on the screen from his left to right. Came down, and he's walking tenderly on that ankle.
I got to give Davion his credit, right? He's got a bit more emotional intelligence than me, because I wanted to see the one-on-one matchup. I want him to go right back at CJ.
On the floor, there's a foul on a three-point shot. With the play has been reviewed to see if it's potentially flagrant.
Grady did come up gimpy with a little bit of an ankle turn. Let's see what happens when they review it. We, of course, will keep it here with 12.6 seconds to go. Stick around. Halftime, Taddy, Ward, and Leuenberg. Tony Brothers and Nick Buchert under the hood. Raptors shooting 42%, holding New Orleans to 32. Here's the call.
After review, the contact to the foot is incidental, therefore it's a common foul. There'll be 3 free throws.
So Grady will get 3 shots. .6 seconds to go. That's what's left in the first half, and the Raptors look good, leading by 14 right now, but in 12.6 seconds we'll only be halfway home. Kelly Olynyk getting an explanation from Nick Buchert. Front court, and Grady will toe the line for 3 shots. On the night, Grady with 5 points, 2 of 3 from the line. First free throw good from the erstwhile Kansas Jayhawk. Second free throw also good. And Grady will look for the hat trick. Got them all three. Biggest lead of the game for the Raptors, 17. 56-39. Inbound to Zion. Brings it front court against Scotty. Turns the corner. Into the lane. Floats it up. Oh, and they got Grady on the block. As he took the charge, but he must have been below the line. Scotty also had the block from behind. Scotty did not give up on the play, while Zion beat him. Grady really close to taking the charge. Grady now with 4 fouls. They were trying to get him out. Ochai was standing there when Grady had the free throws. But even with the review, they weren't able to get him out, and he picks up his 4th with 2.2 seconds to go. Zion makes 1 of 2. 56-40, Raptors by 16, 2.2 seconds to go. Bruce Brown surveying the floor. And he's going to throw it to half court to Barrett. RJ, 3 in the air, no good.
Ooh.
Had a great look. That looked like Mahomes. RJ came from the left side near wing to the right side far wing and caught the pass on the move like a receiver and got a good shot off.
Well, you know what? I got to tip my hat to the perimeter defense of the Toronto Raptors, right? They're holding Murphy, McCollum, Murray, Green, and Hawkins to a combined 5 for 29 shooting from the floor. So they've done the job on the perimeter. They also got to come on in the second half and not allow Zion Williamson to continue to get himself to the basket. 17 points for him. But tip your hat to holding New Orleans to 31% shooting from the floor. And Toronto doing a good job moving the basketball. 16 assists on 21 made field goals.
All right, let's take a break. Halftime up next with Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg. 56-40. Toronto by 16 at recess. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century. That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
You may have heard on the news that visits to Ontario food banks are at an all-time high. To illustrate this, I have some dimes here. 1 dime represents 1 visit to a food bank. And these dimes represent visits by people you may even know. Now, here's how many more food bank visits there are every day. Alarming, isn't it? But you can help. Every dime you donate to Feed Ontario will help Feed Ontario support more than 1,200 food banks and hunger relief organizations. Please, give now at feedontariotogether.ca for the big change your pocket change can make.
This year, warm up to winter in Ontario. To romantic trips, cozy cabins, warm up to some cool adventure, skiing, ice climbing, skate trails, snowshoeing. Chill out by a fire, sipping ice wine, going to a food festival, or a resort. Winter in Ontario. We're warming up to you. Plan it now at destinationontario.com.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
To Shed, shot clock at 5, under 3 to go. Lob it up, Barrett with a jam. Pirtle with the floated up in the air, and RJ says business time.
He certainly does, and so do the Raptors. 56-40, they lead over the Pelicans at the half. Welcome to Raptors at the half. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward high above the action. Josh Lewinberg courtside. Let's start with Josh. Josh, that defense was razor sharp again, wasn't it?
It was, and I don't know how much credit to give to the Raptors and how much to mention that it is the New Orleans Pelicans. Probably a little bit of both. I mean, the Pelicans have missed a lot of makeable shots here, but the Raptors defense once again just stifling here, forcing 9 turnovers, holding New Orleans to 32%, 40 points in the first half. And look, while Scotty Barnes has gotten a lot of credit recently for his defense, and deservedly so, tonight I would say the best defender so far for the Raptors has been Jakob Poeltl, who has completely shut down the paint for the Pelicans, has 3 blocks. It's been really good on both ends of the floor. He also has 9 points and has really shown his chemistry with RJ Barrett in the 2-man game. So credit to the Raptors, because for most of this game, their offense hasn't been so pretty either. A lot of brick threes early on, but their defense has been consistent, has kept them in it long enough for them to start knocking down some shots towards the end of that half, closing the second quarter on a 20-9 run to really build up this 16-point lead.
Ward's seen some consistent play out of the Raptors, and we talked about this even in the pregame, but seeing it again, able to build on situations, and we saw that in the first half, didn't we?
We did, and sometimes you have to win ugly. Yeah, this has not been the prettiest half, and we talked about it after the first quarter. I think the Raptors were, I don't know what they scored in the first.
Oh, the shooting percentage for both.
Was terrible, abysmal, but they somehow ended up with 56 points, in the half. So the offense picked up a little bit better in the, second quarter, but New Orleans is bad. They've been in this first half especially. They have been very poor. I mean, their offense is usually coming from a lot of broken plays. They only have 6 assists in the game, so you can see what's going on from the perspective of they're just getting it and trying to shoot or try and get whatever first look they get. They have no continuity, and I guess to Josh's point, you do have to give the Raptors credit, because defensively they've been solid, but also New Orleans is just playing into what the Raptors want to do. I think the Raptors can be a bit better in terms of their execution offensively. Obviously, they started to miss, or they were missing some of the shots that they have been accustomed to making, especially over the past 5 games. But they've stayed mentally tough, and they've been able to score 6 points and a half against a team that they should continue to dominate.
Yeah, I guess the intriguing thing, Josh, is the foul totals. So Robinson has 4, Grady Dick has 4, Poeltl has 3. So don't know exactly how that's going to go. And Grady Dick almost turned an ankle on one of the plays where he landed on the defender's foot.
Yeah, I mean, look, whistles aplenty tonight. It's going to be about, the battle of attrition is just getting through this game without fouling out. You mentioned Orlando Robinson, who's in the last day of his 10-day contract. He's actually given this team good minutes over the last 2 games. The problem is, He has 4 fouls in those 7 minutes tonight. Zion drew 3 of those 4 fouls, by the way, and also drew the 4th foul on Grady Dick at the end of that half. Zion, man, he's tough. I would almost feel bad for him if he didn't take so many days off. Well, today, everyone but Zion has taken the day off for New Orleans. The non-Zion Pelicans are shooting 6 for 32 from the field, so the Raptors have done a good job on everybody else. Yeah, Zion's getting his 17 points, 7 for 9 from the field. Most of those have come around the rim because, look, the guy is a battering ram. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Shaq or even LeBron in terms of like once they get that close to the basket, especially with a full head of steam, like what do you do to stop him, to slow him down? But the good news here is he can kind of do whatever he wants, and as long as everybody else is as quiet and shooting the way that they are today, then the Raptors should be able to run away with this thing. But yeah, again, the defense has got to be as consistent as it was in the first half. Take everybody else out, like let Zion have his.
Yeah, so Warren, I mean, Zion has 17 points, and if you come near him in the paint, you're going to get whistled, aren't you?
Well, we've seen that on display. And, you know, it's funny, talking about Shaq and LeBron, kind of reminds me of the Marvel character, Juggernaut. You know, once he gets 2 steps, it's really hard to stop him. And this has probably been personally, it's the best I've seen him play in a half up close. It's really nice to watch him, and the way he just moves on the floor, being his size. And, you know, as Josh said, the Raptors, if they contain everybody else, you let Zion score, he'll probably end up with 30, which is great for him, but the team will lose, and that's what you want. I mean, you know, we talked about in the pregame, how do you stop Zion? Well, in transition, you really can't. It's more so you limit McCollum, you limit Murray, you limit Troy Murphy, and their bench has also been neutral. They only have 5 bench points in the game. So, you know, all those things combined, it's a great recipe for Toronto to go ahead and win this basketball game. But overall, New Orleans is just bad. Toronto's playing really well at this moment.
Josh, a quick thought on Robinson. Do you think they signed him?
I think he's shown enough maybe to take a longer look at him. Again, the Raptors want to have some flexibility with that 15th roster spot going to the trade deadline, allowing them to maybe take on another player. So I don't expect them to sign anybody to like an actual full-time regular NBA contract until after the deadline, but certainly to get a longer look with a second 10-day, I think he's earned that here.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Tonight's first half stats are driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard, symmetrical, full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. So bench scoring points, as Warren brought up, Toronto 19 and the Pelicans 5. Turnovers for points, Pelicans 9 for 7, Toronto 8 for 4. Rebounds, second chance points, 3 for 5 for the Pelicans, for Toronto 6 for 8. Fast break, 10-8 for Toronto. Paint, 28-22 Toronto. And in the assist department, which Warren pointed out as well, 16 for the Raptors, 6 for the Pelicans, which has to be an all-time low. 6.
Yeah, well, you know, listen, they're not a strong team. They don't move the basketball well. They have a lot of one-pass shots, and I think the referees bailed them out on a few times just based upon personnel.
Yeah.
You know, Zion's gone to the rim. I thought, you know, the young man, you know, I'm pretty sure he went up vertically, and there was no real contact there.
Robinson.
Yet somehow, exactly, Robinson.
Yeah.
Yet somehow, a whistle was blown, and then on the other end of the floor, RJ goes to the rim, and there's no call. So, you know, it's a bit of a toss-up, but New Orleans is who they are at this moment in time. You know, they're tough. They have moments where they look good, and other moments where, you know, they're pretty abysmal. And I think Toronto has, you know, taken advantage of that, and they haven't played down to the level of competition. They miss shots, which is different. That's acceptable, but playing down to the level of competition, they have not. I think they've probably executed as good as they have against any other team in the last 6 games.
56-40 for the Raptors at the half, and the Pelicans scoring 20 in each of the first 2 quarters, and that means the second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs. to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
A Chinese startup sends U.S. tech stocks crashing. This is Omar Sechedina. Tonight on CTV National News, why DeepSeek is described as AI's Sputnik moment and catching investors off guard. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
We have a plan that's connecting Ontario. We're leading the largest transit expansion in North America. New projects like the Ontario Line Subway and Hazel McCallion Light Rail will relieve overcrowding, with the Scarborough and Yonge North subways connecting more communities, and expanding Go Transit with more trips, faster train service, and two-way all-day service. All so you can get around faster, safer, easier. See what we're building in your community at ontario.ca/builds, paid for by the Government of Ontario.
With food basics deals like General Mills family-size cereal for just $5.48 each, you'll be saying super duper wowza! Shop in-store and online until January 29th. Food basics, always more for less.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, ready to start the second half. And we should tell you that the second half tip-off is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly made here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Raptors with a 16-point lead, 56-40. Was a good half, Javon. What do they need to do to keep it going?
Well, they've got to keep up the defense, especially the perimeter defense against New Orleans, right? And I mentioned the number before, holding their perimeter to 5 for 29 shooting, right? And obviously, with that being said, you still have to slow down Zion, right? Because they're going to come out and try and get him the basketball a little bit more emphasis there. But the guards, the perimeter, the wings of Toronto have got to continue to defend.
So the Raptors doing the job on the board to out-rebounding New Orleans 31-23. New Orleans starts with the ball front court, moving right to left. Stolen by Scotty Barnes. Back comes Davion Mitchell. Raises up for three, no good. Scotty tips it up, no good. Rebound McCollum. CJ front court to Zion on the drive, and Davion just chops him. Says, nah, you take that 64% from the line.
You got to earn it.
Back to that 15-foot stripe, Big Daddy.
You got to earn it.
So Toronto, with a 16-point lead, they came into this game a 1.5 underdog to the Pelicans. Was that old song from back in the day? Things that make you say, Zion Williamson misses a second free throw. Teammate of R.J. Barrett. Both of them drafted 1 and 3, respectively, in the 2019 draft. Barnes drives in the lane. Thought he was fouled, was knocked away. Here comes Murphy. And Trey Murphy gets the run-out jam. 56-43, Toronto by 13. Pirtle between the circles. Gets it to Mitchell, near side. On the bounce, works into the middle, now to Barnes. Scotty, shot fake. Drive baseline to Pirtle, floated up, no good. Rebound Zion. A normally reliable look from Pirtle didn't go. McCollum on the dribble into the lane, floats it up and in. Timeout Darko. It's a good timeout. New Orleans comes out of the gate.
It's been a 5-point swing.
Yeah, with 5 straight and the lead down to 11. So let's take a quick break. 10:37, third quarter. Raptors lead but it's been shrinking. 56-45 Toronto. Listen to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The world's best are on TSN. Well, the foundation.
What's up, Raptors fans, basketball fans? Thank you for hanging out with us. Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight during the Raptors game. We the North. We the North. Let's go, Raptors. All right, the optimism might be a bit much given how the team's doing. But welcome in and thanks for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team. Hopefully it's the Raptors. Now let's get back to the basketball. Hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game. Let's go, Raptors!
Apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Walmart is the #1 place to save on groceries. Save $10 on Royale bathroom tissue 30-pack 2-ply, original $2.51 or velour, now only $15.97 each. Walmart. Save money. Live better.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Darko with a quick timeout. Raptors still leading 56-45, but little 5-0 run with a couple of turnovers by Toronto. So a quick timeout from Darko. Let's see what the Raptors have coming out of the timeout. They will bring it front court, right to left, in the white uniforms with red trimming. DeJounte Murray and Jakob Poeltl, former San Antonio Spurs, sharing pleasantries. Mitchell, Barrett, Poeltl, Barnes, and Grady Dick on the floor for Toronto. Poeltl above the elbow, near side, right wing. Toes on the arc, backdoor cut to Barrett, lays it up and in. Great spacing, and RJ there for the easy lay-in.
Well, on that 5-out, New Orleans is switching everything defensively, and RJ baited that switch and just cut hard to the basket behind defense's back.
New Orleans misses, and they do get a hand on the outlet. Scotty was on the run up the far side, left wing. But it's knocked away. It'll stay with Toronto. Poeltl, same spot as last time. Drives, hands it to Mitchell. Davion in the lane. Kicks it out to Grady, knocked away. DeJounte Murray with the steal. Runs it front court and lays it in.
That's where Davion has got to be a scoring threat as well, right? Look to score first and force the defense to adjust there. When he gets into the paint, everybody's still matched up on the perimeter.
Barnes, 3 up top, no good. Long rebound, Misi. 9:25, third quarter. New Orleans trying to make it a single-digit lead. Murray misses a 12-footer in the lane. Back comes Barrett on the drive into the corner. Grady's 3, no good. Misi with the rebound. Outlet Murray. Now to McCollum, near side. CJ on the shake. Gets it to Misi, can't handle it. Here comes Davion on the drive. Lay it up, no good. Grady with the follow, lays it in.
Big time, extra effort, not giving up on the play. Davion with the attacking transition, and Grady sticking with it, ain't getting an easy 2.
60-47 Toronto. McCollum up top against Barrett. Works right with a Zion screen into the lane. Stops, leans in, floats it up and in. Nice footwork from CJ McCollum.
That is such a tough 2, right? He maybe had 3 different looks at the basket. Off the hesitation, the pivot, the spin.
Up top, Barnes to to Grady. Catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound, Murray. DeJounte up Main Street. Blocked by Scotty Barnes. Thought he had a layup. And Scotty's length rubbed it out. Scotty into the corner. Barrett 3, no good. Rebound, New Orleans. 8 minutes to go, third quarter, 60-49 Toronto. Murphy in the corner. Gets it to Misi, up top to DeJounte Murray. On the bounce, Murray into the lane to Zion, floats it up and in.
RJ knew right away as soon as Zion caught the basketball, he's going to stand a solid ground and absorb the contact.
Barrett in the lane, puts it up, blocked by Misi. Even though he leaned on him, the Frenchman got a piece of it. Murray near side. Pull-up jumper, no good, but the foul on Mitchell. And New Orleans now chipping away. The lead is 9, but Mitchell going to go to the line for 2, and that is foul number 4 on Davion Mitchell. He and Grady both with 4. So Shed will pop off the bench.
Well, Toronto's not really getting anything clean on the offensive end, and what New Orleans is doing different from the first half is they're in attack mode, right? The first attack, and Toronto doing a good job cutting off, but they're insistent and getting downhill at the basket, not just giving up on the play and moving the basketball and settling like they were in the first half.
I will tell you that the third quarter is brought to you by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. New Orleans cuts it to 7 with 2 free throws. From DeJounte Murray. Shed into the lane, loses the handle. The Raptors with turnover number 10. New Orleans on the run. McCollum into the lane, gets to the hoop, backs out, drives on Pirtle. Lefty shot, goes in.
Yeah, right now, New Orleans is really challenging the interior defense, the paint defense of Toronto. After they get past that first line, what's going to happen next?
The Raptors have been playing really good paint defense over the last 3-4 games. Barnes to Pirtle in the lane, the shot blocked by Misi. Quick, long, and active. The Frenchman out of Baylor leads all rookies in rebounding, 3rd in blocks, and he's showing you why there. Barnes, corner jumper, good. Scotty, short corner, punches down about a 16-footer. 62-55, 7-point Raptor lead. Murray drives into the lane, and the foul on Shed. They're going to say side out of bounds. .6:26 to go, third quarter. Raptor lead cut to 7. McCollum on the baseline. Trey Murphy drive, floated up and in. New Orleans shaving it away. Down to 5, 62-57. Pirtle on the bounce, gets it to Barnes, down low on McCollum. Finds Pirtle, lay it up and in. Again, they try to double team Scotty below the free throw line, and he makes the right decision.
His passing out of the double team has been exceptional, right? They're changing it now to off the first dribble from that strong side, and he's making a great play. He's made some great plays. This one to Pirtle off the cut.
Javonte Green, drive, lay it up. Pirtle with the block, and they're going to call the foul. No, they're going to call Scotty on a push, and Scotty with wide eyes. Oh, there was no foul there. Come on. Not even close. That's not even close to a foul. Nick Buchert with a bad angle looking at that one. There was zero contact causing anything. And Green misses the free throw, rightfully so. Scotty walks off saying, ball don't lie. but Scotty has to sit down with the first foul. Green makes the second one, so the lead is 6 for Toronto. 64-58 with 5.5 to go, third quarter. Up top, Barrett drives into the lane. Bruce Brown floats it up and in. Bruce gets the roll. He's done a good job off the bench with 6 tonight. Short jumper good by Murray. New Orleans going to retreat to the zone again. Barrett into the corner. Brown back to Barrett. Into Pirtle at the nail. To Bruce Brown, back door. To Barrett, lay it up and in, and a foul. Great ball movement by Toronto. Everybody getting a touch and nobody bouncing it before Barrett lays it in for 2 and says, hold on.
Well, big time patience in the zone, right? That ball goes to the high post, the weak part of the zone to Pirtle. And that first cut is actually RJ. The second cut is Bruce Brown, who gets the basketball. And then as the defense collapses, he drops it down to RJ, who gets himself to the stripe.
So Barrett with 13 on the night. Free throw no good. Raptors could use every point right now. Clinging to the lead. 68-60. Murray on the bounce. New Orleans in the blue, coming right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Murray, herky-jerky, fall away jumper. Nice D by RJ. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Runs it front court. Brown, stutter dribble. Dribble handoff, Barrett gets into the lane, stops, shot fake, jump hook, rattles, doesn't go. Man, 2 rims. And here comes Murray. DeJounte Murray, front court. Jordan Hawkins up top to Murray, between the rings. Works far side, Abaji picks him up. Murphy now against Brown. Down to Missy, short corner. Brown hounding Trey Murphy. Ball pressure great by Toronto. Murray on Abaji, the jumper no good. Ochai with a great challenge on the shooting hand, and the ball rebounded by Javonte Green, and they got the foul on RJ, who crumples to the floor as he was hit in the face.
That left elbow, Javonte Green just got him in the chops.
So Javonte Green will toe the line for a couple of free throws. First free throw good by the one-time Washington. Javonte Green, not a Husky. He was
Radford.
A guy who played his college ball at Radford. I saw Javon
drafted
and has made the league.
6 years later.
Yep.
6 years later.
Misses a second free throw. Barrett with the rebound. Number 4 for RJ. Front court comes Toronto with a 7-point lead. Brown in the lane. The floater up and in. Bruce Brown looks at the bench, says, "You can't stop me." Looks at his own bench and says, "They can't hold me." Murphy takes the inbound, gets it to DeJounte Murray. Front court against Ochai. On the dribble far side, Ochai right on him. Hawkins jumper, good. Great contest by Jamal Shed, still got it down. 70-63 Toronto. We tick towards 3 minutes, third quarter. Bruce Brown gets a screen from Orlando Robinson, now to Barrett. To Robinson on the elbow, near side, right wing. To Brown, shot clock at 5. Bruce uses the screen, tries to float it up, and he's fouled on the pass. So Toronto will get a fresh 14, 2:58 to go, third quarter. We will take a break. 70-63 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Now's the time of the show. Please let us know in the chat where you're watching from. We are trying to gather We the North fans from all over the globe, and we have so much fun in this part of the show finding out where everyone is watching from. Thank you for letting us know your city and province, city and state if you're in the USA, or internationally. Let us know what city and country you're living in and you're watching this stream from and listening to the Raptors game here on TSI. Now let's get back to the basketball. We the North! We the North! We the North! Let's go, Raptors!
470-5786.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I have a confession to make. I skipped the gym a lot over the summer months, but thanks to the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, I'm back in my routine and feeling better than ever. Planet Fitness offers a variety of high-quality, brand-name cardio and strength equipment, and get this, a membership will only cost you $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. So visit planetfitness.ca today or pop into a gym near you and get back into your routine at Planet Fitness.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
(70-63), Toronto by 7, 2:58 to go. Third quarter. Raptors trying to hang on to the lead. Side out of bounds. Bruce Brown was fouled before the break. So the Raptors moving left to right will inbound from the far side left wing. Brown, Robinson, Barnes, Shed, and Abaji. Shed up top on the bounce, drives. For the Raptors, the Pelicans charging in this third quarter. Murray down to the baseline. Trey Murphy, three, good. Raptor lead is 2. We got a new ball game. 70-68, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Robinson down low. Barnes, reverse layup is good. Nice high-low action by Toronto to give them a 72-68 lead. DeJounte Murray, front court. On the bounce, crosses over on Abaji. Into the lane, step back jumper, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. And it's off Bruce Brown. And he's saying to Tony Brothers, he looked him right in the eye after losing the ball, thanks to Javonte Green, and he said, that's a foul. They lob it into Tice. Back to Jordan Hawkins. Turns the corner. Jumper in the air is good. They retreat to the zone again after cutting the Raptor lead to 72-70. Shed on the dribble. Drives, gets into the lane, kick it out. Bruce Brown. Pull up, elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, DeJounte Murray. Up the far side. Bruce Brown right in his kitchen. Murray drives far side into the lane, stops, kicks it out. Tice for three, no good. Rebound Brown. Bruce harangued DeJounte that whole possession. Under a minute, third quarter, Toronto up 72-70. Barnes drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Robinson can't squeeze it. Here comes Murphy. 3 for the lead, got it. 73-72 New Orleans. By a point. Scotty in the lane to Robinson, bounces off Tice and is fouled. Nice to see Orlando corral it. He's had a couple bounce off his hands and not quite able to squeeze.
Yeah, that you can just see the timing of the game for him, right? Like, he's been in the right places, the right time, even on some of the screens and defensively as well, but still catching up to the speed of the game. Right now for New Orleans, Murphy and DeJounte Murray have been the difference makers in this third quarter. Murray putting so much more pressure on the defense of Toronto, getting into the paint, just having them on their heels. And then obviously Murphy knocking down a number of shots in this third quarter.
Robinson knocks down the first free throw to tie the game at 73. Second one in the air, good. From Orlando Robinson, Raptors up 74-73. 28 seconds to go, third quarter. New Orleans ball, front court. On the bounce, Shed knocks it away from DeJounte Murray. Jamal all over him. Javonte Green will inbound near side. See if the Raptors can get a stop to close out this quarter. Murray has it. Shot clock at 5, game clock at 15. Williamson in the lane, lays it up and in. New Orleans in front by a point. 10 seconds to go, third quarter. Barnes on the drive against Zion in the lane, kicks it out. Shed for 3 up top, no good. And that's the way the quarter ends. The New Orleans Pelicans erase a 16-point deficit and take a 1-point lead, 75-74, over the Toronto Raptors going to the last lap of the track.
Well, that third quarter was a completely different game. Obviously, New Orleans came out and applied a lot more pressure. I'm sure head coach Willie Green went into the halftime and really chewed out the guards for not being aggressive, not being assertive. They came out in this third quarter, and that was a shift for them. Toronto's got to match that intensity in this fourth quarter.
Last lap of the track when we come back, 75-74 Pelicans. You listen to Toronto Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
They say true sports fans spend game day tailgating outside in the cold. I prefer Chuck's skating at Chuck's Roadhouse. Every Leafs game, Chuck's serves up icy cold 18-ounce Molson Canadians for just $4. Big juicy hamburgers for only $9. And half-price wings for apps after 9 p.m. Right about the time tailgaters' cold feet go numb. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be. Price the way it used to be.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter time in Toronto, 75-74. The Pelicans lead the Raptors by a point, wiping out what was a 16-point lead for the Toronto Raptors at halftime. Fourth quarter, powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Bruce Brown in the lane, lays it up and in. Bruce coming near side to far side, right to left. The left-hand baby hook gives Toronto a 1-point edge.
Wide pin down screen out of that right corner, and Bruce Brown getting downhill to that left hand.
Bruce Brown pressuring Jordan Hawkins into a travel, and Toronto gets a turnover, and they'll bring it back front court. Davion Mitchell out there with Barnes, Boucher, Brown, and Pirtle. Bruce Brown drives baseline, holds on to the dribble, turns, almost had Tice going the other way, and was knocked out of bounds.
I like it, right? Because you come down, you run the exact same set, getting Bruce that wide pin down. He makes a read, goes behind the screen, and tries to work on that right baseline.
Raptors inbound. Brown down the baseline, kick out to Scotty, to Boucher. Shot clock at 4. Chris, 3-ball, no good. Long rebound, Zion. On the run, he's going to go left. He goes left and lays it in.
He is such a force, and you really can't stop him because he keeps the dribble and he plays through contact.
The only thing to do is build a wall on the left side of the floor. Barnes lays it up and in, and a foul on Zion. Scotty bounces off Zion Williamson and lays it in, and he's going to go to the line for a chance at the old-time three-point play.
Scotty giving Zion a taste of his own medicine. Pirtle doing a good job clearing out the screen with Daniel Tice under the basket and just playing and bouncing off of Zion Williamson to get to that right side. Almost the exact same action that Zion scored his last basket on.
79-77 Raptors. Scotty's free throw is good. Alvarado near side, tees up a three, and rattles 3 rims, doesn't go down, but Tice has the rebound. McCollum drives, floats it up, no good. Rebound to Pirtle. Outlet Davion Mitchell. Far side, left wing. Davion on the bounce. Drives on Tice, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Pirtle lays it in. Even though the drive didn't go, pulled the big man over and turned his big man loose on the boards. Williamson up top. Scotty sitting on the left hand. McCollum crossover 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Barnes.
That's a shot you want New Orleans to take. A right to left crossover, step back 3. He made it tough on himself.
Scotty on Zion. On the bounce, Scotty spins, gets to the hoop, lay it up, no good, but he's fouled as Scotty put Zion in the spin cycle and got to the cup, only to be fouled by Hawkins, but Barnes will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, you know what happened there? Scotty was actually waving through Pirtle, and right away, if you're Zion Williamson, your ego's tested, right? Because Scotty's saying, listen, it's clear out, I want this one-on-one matchup. And Zion tries to bite and get basketball, to get a tip on the basketball. Scotty shows him a little bit of bag. Between the legs, between the legs, spin, and attacks the basket.
Scotty makes 1 free throw, 82-77. Raptors by 5, 9:40 to go in the game. Williamson up top, works far side. On the bounce, gets it to Alvarado. Up top, Alvarado gets it to Williamson, drives, reverse layup, no good. Pirtle rips away the rebound. Here comes Toronto. Mitchell up court, on the dribble, gets it to Boucher. Shot fake, corner 3 in the air, no good. Pirtle with the soft tip in. Timeout, New Orleans.
Right, and he had to match up. Probably could have gotten the basketball earlier from Boucher because he had to match up. He had Jose Alvarado matched up against him in the post. Jose fighting, holding on for dear life. And Pirtle just sticking with the play, knowing he has a small defender, trying to box him out, and comes up with 2.
So the Raptors push the lead to 7, 84-77. 9:18 to go, fourth quarter. We're coming to the top of the stretch. Raptors with the lead. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
A Chinese startup sends U.S. tech stocks crashing. This is Omar Sechedina. Tonight on CTV National News, why DeepSeek is described as AI's Sputnik moment and catching investors off guard. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
Ugh, everyone seems to be on vacation. I wish I could be too.
Why wait? With FlexPay, that dream getaway is totally doable.
Really? Even that amazing resort I've been eyeing?
Absolutely. When you can break your vacation cost into easy payments as low as $75 a month, suddenly someday becomes today.
I better start packing.
Monthly payment applicants are subject to approval by FlexPay. See website for details. Contact your local travel expert or visit
StellaVacations.com. With food basics deals like 250 to 375 gram Schneider's pepperettes for just $5.98 each, you'll be saying hot diddly wowza! Shop in store and online until January 29th. Food basics, always more for less.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
The Raptors start the quarter 4 of 7. New Orleans starts at 1 for 5, and the 75-74 New Orleans lead after 3 quarters is gone. Raptors outscore them 10-2 in the first 2:42 of the 4th frame, and it's Toronto 84, New Orleans 77. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Cameron Moore, courtside. The usual marvelous job done by producer Owen Hall and Matt Cardadero back at Raptor Central. Paul Gatt looking after Jim Taddy, Warren Ward. They're waving from the upper reaches of the Foster Hewitt Media Gondola. And Josh Lewenberg all contributing to what I would call an award-winning broadcast tonight. But then again, I'm giving out the awards. McCollum, fall away, jumper, good. CJ knocks it down, 84-79, Toronto by 5.
Breaks Toronto's 8-0 run. That tough shot.
Mitchell, Barnes, Brown, Pirtle, and Boucher for Toronto. Pirtle off to Mitchell, far side, left wing. Raptors in the white, coming left to right. Mitchell, 3, good. Down the bottom of the well for off night Mitchell.
Big time shot. He's got to be aggressive taking those. The defense is going to go under.
Davion all over McCollum, smiling at him, saying, what do you got? Hawkins drives far side, pull up, no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty on the bounce. Gets it to Boucher, far side, left wing. Scotty with the double-double, 15 and 10. And what are they calling? A 3-second call?
Whoa.
A 3-second call. And the guy didn't have the ball. That might have been the first 3-second call I've seen all season. I'm asking you, Javon, have you seen one?
I have not seen it.
Warren, signal, wave at me. Have you seen a 3-second call? Warren's giving them a tumble. No. No. That's the first one I've seen all year. Zion, front court, on the bounce. Scotty chesting up on him. Williamson picks up his dribble, gives it up, can't get it back. Raptors ball pressure, tremendous right now. McCollum, 3, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Toronto just shut off the water on that trip.
Yeah, and Zion didn't want it. As soon as Scotty took away the space and was aggressive, using his active hands and getting into him, Zion gave the basketball up right away.
Raptors by 10. Pirtle floats in a 10-footer near side right wing. 89-79 Toronto. Alvarado in the lane. Kicks it back to Zion. Works his way through traffic and lays it in. That is a load coming downhill. And a technical foul on Willie Green as he's all over Nick Buchert. And then Tony Brothers just said, it's time for a shower, Willie Green. It's time for a shower. Buchert gave him one technical. Tony Brothers said, that's another one. It's time for you to... You ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here. 89-81. Raptors by 8. And Scotty's going to get 2 free throws.
I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised at Willie there because Zion attacked the basket and he threw that left elbow out there. Wow. And Willie's usually mild-mannered as well.
Yes, Willie's a very soft-spoken guy. I wonder how many calls New Orleans gets now. We'll have to make note of that. Barnes, free throw good. 90-81 Toronto. One more free throw for Scotty, knocks it out. 17, 10, and 6 for the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week. 7:22 to go, fourth quarter. Raptors 91, New Orleans 81. Timeout on the floor. We will take a break. Toronto by 10. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6081. That's 1-800-353-6081. Again, 1-800-353-6081.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto. Raptors 91. New Orleans 81. 17-6 is the start for the Raptors after 5 minutes and 38 seconds. We're almost halfway through. 4 minutes and 38 seconds. We're almost halfway through this quarter. Toronto's reestablished a double-figure lead. Grady Dick, Jakob Poeltl, R.J. Barrett, Davion Mitchell, and Chris Boucher wearing the Raptor white, bringing the ball front court from left to right. DeJounte Murray, Jose Alvarado, Yves Missy, C.J. McCollum, and Trey Murphy III on the floor in the blue for New Orleans. Barrett into the lane, gets all the way to the hoop, puts it up, blocked by Missy. Comes Trey Murphy III, kicks it to Alvarado. Now to DeJounte Murray up top on Grady. Wow, crossing over.
Well, you called it. You said, let's see how many calls New Orleans gets after this, right? In the first play,
it wasn't even, it was
DeJounte Murray does not even look at the basket. The first thing he does is search for the arms of the defender. It looks for the call.
He was going sideways on that. How do you give that a shooting foul? Remember that they changed that when James Harden used to do it. Well, again, somewhere Rasheed Wallace has got his headband on, his feet up on the couch, drinking a beer, saying, "Ball don't lie." Shaking his head. I can see Sheed doing it now. Murray makes one of two. 91-82, Toronto by 9. Barrett, far side, drives into the lane, kicks to Grady, catch and shoot three, no good. Long rebound, Toronto has it. Barrett in the lane. Grady underneath, Pirtle to Boucher. Corner three, good! Down the bottom of the well for Chris Boucher. Not a clean catch, but he said, "I got it anyway." 12-point, 94-82 Raptor lead. Alvarado to Murphy. Three in the air, no good. Rebound Boucher. Off to Mitchell. Davion, front court. On the dribble. Drives, finds Pirtle. The pass had a little bit too much juice. Outlet, Trey Murphy. Dumps it down. Here comes Toronto back quickly. 94-84 Raptors. Pirtle to Barrett, give and go. RJ jams it down. The middle wide open and parted like the Red Sea. And RJ says, "Dunk you very much."
Well, you can see why this is the 28th ranked defense in the league. RJ with a backdoor cut, and there's no resistance, nobody in the paint. He takes off and cocks it back.
Interesting. Another call against Toronto made by Nick Bucher. I don't care what people say. There are real human beings with emotions playing this game. And when stuff happens, I don't care how much emotional resilience or psyche you have, there is an impact. Javonte Green to inbound, near side left wing. Front court, right to left, moves New Orleans. They trail by 12. Top of the stretch, 5:40 to go in the game. Murray drives, spins on Shed, leans in. Shed, great defense. Murray forces it up at the buzzer and gets it down. 10-point Raptor lead. Barnes, front court. Man-to-man for New Orleans. Grady up top to Jamal Shed. On the dribble. Shed works near side, right wing. Steps back, three in the air. No good. Boucher tips it in. Chris tips the loose change back in the machine.
Chris Boucher just finding a way. 11 points for him.
98-86 Toronto. Murray drives, lays it in, and they got the foul on Scotty. And Scotty saying he threw an elbow at me.
Well, he attacks, and as he's attacking, he's throwing that left elbow into Scotty's chin. I'm seeing it on the monitor here. Got by Chris Boucher and led with that off elbow at the basket.
That is now 3 calls for New Orleans since the ejection. Shed, front court, 98-89, Toronto by 9. Barnes in the lane, kicks to Grady. Drive into the lane, goes for the dunk, doesn't get it, was hammered. No call. McCollum 3 straight away, no good. Rebound knocked out. New Orleans controls. Javonte Green, corner 3, no good. Rebound off Misi, out of bounds to Toronto. Toronto by 9, 98-89. Grady sits down. Bruce Brown comes in. Shed, front court for the Raptors. 4:26 clock running. Toronto by 9. Out top, far side right wing. Shed to Barnes. Toes on the arc, far side. Squares on McCollum, drive. And just uses overpowering strength to get the foul on CJ McCollum. Sideline out of bounds for Toronto. Shed gets it into Barrett. Up top, Barrett on Zion. Gets it back to Jamal. Into the corner. Boucher open for three. Good.
You gotta feed the fire. Feed the fire. That's the right decision by Jamal Shed. Coming off the screen, Chris Boucher's open in the corner. He looks nowhere else. It gives him a crisp pass right into a shooting pocket, and Chris just knocking it down. Shot after shot after shot.
Well, the roll by Barnes and Barrett down the lane, drawing a little gravity, and Chris knocks it down.
It's 4-3 the game.
Down the bottom of the well for Boucher. The Raptors take a 101-89 lead. On the verge of winning their 4th straight game. .405 to go, 101-89 Toronto. My, what a healthy squad can do for you, huh? Like I said,
I spoke to
in the pregame with this is what I thought we were going to see at the beginning of the year. And with wins over teams like Boston and Golden State, Atlanta's a 500 team. The Raptors beat them back-to-back and used their kitchen to do it.
Well, I spoke to an assistant coach with the Atlanta Hawks and just asked him what his thoughts were of this Toronto Raptors team after they played them back-to-back games, and his sentiment was a healthy version of this team is much better than the record indicates.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it these last 6-7 games.
101-89, New Orleans front court, right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. DeJounte Murray, the jumper, no good. It's tipped around, and they're going to say stay here. The foul is on Scotty. If you're keeping score at home, since the ejection of Willie Green, there have been 4 foul calls against the Raptors. And has there been one against Toronto? None. Right. Cameron Moore is the courtside statistician and analytical pie chart guy right now with 4 fingers out. Murray in the lane. The floater, Jamal Shed says not tonight. No soup for you. Jamal says right now, my friend, the kitchen is not taking orders. Murray on the inbound to McCollum. Step back 3 over Bruce Brown. No good. Rebound Boucher. Big stop for the Raptors. Shed front court. 3.5 to go in the ball game. Jamal on the bounce, works far side. Gets it to Barnes in the lane. Scotty lays it in.
That's a heck of a play.
What a pass by Jamal Shed. Feeding him like a drive-through window.
And you know, he led Scotty to that pass and just fell right in his hands. Great decision.
Williamson drive, lay it up and in, and a touch foul on Bruce Brown. 103-91, and Zion will go to the line for a free throw.
I'm still so impressed by that last action. Right, Scotty coming off of that stagger and that touch, that ghost screen at the top of the key with Jamal Shed, and Jamal just led him with enough bounce, enough air on the pass, and Scotty making the play.
3:13, fourth quarter. Darko wants a timeout. Raptors up 103-91. Is Toronto going to regroup and talk about it? Stretch time, and you do not want to make any errors and give this thing away. Including tonight, 22 of the final 37 opponents that the Raptors will play have a record under 500. 3:13 to go in the ball game. Raptors 103, New Orleans 91. Let's see if Toronto can hold the door, Javon. Although not unexpected against New Orleans, since 2009-10 season, the Raptors have a 20-10 record, third highest winning percentage against any opponent over that span. Williamson free throw is good. So Zion knocks it out, and the lead is 11 for Toronto, 103-92. Front court, Shed, drive, reverse layup, up, no good. Rebound knocked away. Oh, you'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, he's had a couple at the basket today where he's just got to figure out how to finish it. Just better touch, get it higher off the glass, and understand there's bigger defenders once you get down amongst the trees.
McCollum in the lane, knocks it down. The lead is 9. Barnes drives in the lane on Javonte Green. Throw it up. Oh, no, they got a jump ball. A jump ball? You have got to be kidding me. Scotty fought through the tie-up and got the ball in the bucket. Another call in favor of New Orleans. Raptors win the tip. Barrett up top. Shot clock at 8. RJ works right. Back to the left. Into the lane. Floats it up. No good. Pirtle with the rebound up and in. They get the 2 anyway. 105-94 Toronto. 2:20 to go. Down the stretch we come.
Big boy basketball, right? 23 points for the Toronto Raptors on the second off the glass.
Zion drives. Contested. Misses the shot. Here comes Toronto. Shed, front court. Gets it to Barrett, near side, right wing. Gets a screen from Pirtle. Works to the middle. Stutter dribble. In the lane. Floats it up. No good, but fouled by Zion. Great.
Can you tell those two know each other a bit?
Yep.
Right. RJ comes off the screen, and he gets Zion to bite. Gets him completely up into the air. Hesitation, and then gets to the basket. But just the wherewithal, just knowing, okay, he's gonna try and contest this. He's gonna try and block on the perimeter.
Free throw. No good from RJ Barrett. Second one, no good. Rebound. New Orleans. 105-94. Raptors by 11. Murray into the corner. Javonte Green, 3 is good. 105-97, 8-point lead. Minute 46 to go. Scotty drives, gets to the hoop, floats it up, no good, but Zion with the foul. Zion getting an explanation from Finesi Ransom. Meanwhile, Scotty perches and posts up at the free throw line, ready to knock down shots if he can. First one good from Barnes. Give him 19 on the night. Make it 20. He's got a 20-10 ball game. Second one in the air, good. Raptors by 10, 107-97. Minute 40 to go. Murray, front court. On the dribble, works far side. Hesitation dribble, drives to the hoop, lay it up, no good. Rebound Barrett. RJ front court. Holds the dribble. Gets it to Scotty. Now to Pirtle at the nail. Turns into the corner to Brown. Back to Pirtle. Scotty on the bounce. Into the lane to Barrett. Lay it up and in. Toronto picking them apart. Timeout, New Orleans. 109-97 Raptors. Javon, I am seeing a measured, calculating, Raptor team displaying great poise and equanimity going down the stretch here. And they've kept this lead in double figures.
And you know what I appreciate about this too is that Jamal Shead has been on the floor and he's getting valuable minutes in a big time moment where you have to make right reads, you have to make the right decisions. And then that last play right there is between Scotty Barnes and RJ getting the basket is exactly what you talked about in the open. Those two guys building a connection and the success and how this team produces when those two guys are on the floor together, right? And it's really good to see because this team they went through a stretch early where, you know, you're questioning their defense, you're questioning their effort, and then now you're at a point where they're about to win six of their last 7, and they've completely changed the narrative, and everybody's saying, hold on. We don't want you to win too many games now. But you look at the group and it makes you think, well, no, hold on for a second. Let's think about this. And this team has the ability to run off some really good and quality wins. There's something right in front of you.
1:11 to go. New Orleans advances the ball and they'll inbound far side, right wing. They are moving right to left toward Bay Street. Nick Buchert over. He's got a little bit of blood on the ball. And the Raptors head athletic therapist Rayhan Malik. I wonder if Rayhan gets a little overtime for that. A little extra. It's not my team I'm looking after. 109-97 Toronto. Murray underneath to Zion. Lays it up on Scotty, no good. Barnes with the rebound, breaks out of the pack and then says, hold on, let's slow it down. Shed gets it over midcourt to Brown. Bruce holding. The double comes. Great pass to Shed. In the lane, Shed has it knocked away. And he's hit in the rib cage with no call.
Everybody's just trying to get out of here safe with 52 seconds left. Let's get out of here injury-free and unscathed with the W.
Barnes takes the inbound. On the bounce to Bruce Brown, to Pirtle. Floater near side, no good. Rebound tipped up by Barrett, no good. Rebound, Trey Murphy to McCollum. Step back 3 over Pirtle, good. 109-100, 36 and a half seconds to go. Barrett to Barnes, to Shed, up court. Back to Scotty, down low. Pirtle jams it home. Another shovel of dirt on New Orleans. 111-100 Toronto. McCollum drives into the lane, lays it up and in. 9-point lead, 19 seconds to go. Bruce Brown is fouled by Trey Murphy III. Toronto is on the precipice of its 4th consecutive win. Bruce Brown will step to the line. 10 points, 9 rebounds off the bench. Pirtle and Barnes, the only 2 guys in the game with more rebounds than Bruce Brown. First free throw is good.
The healthier Bruce Brown gets and the more he starts to trust that leg, you're seeing him in Bruce Brown fashion, right? The ultimate Swiss Army knife, the ultimate utility guy, and just plays good basketball, enjoys playing good basketball, and it makes the game so much easier for the other 4 guys that are on the floor.
So Brown knocks in free throws, and that's going to do it. McCollum's shot, no good. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with New Orleans. And the Raptors all pointing, saying it went off McCollum. And you're going to give them the ball anyway? They just got every call after the ouster of Willie Green. Zion lays it in. 5 seconds to go. All the Raptors have to do is get it in, and they do. And Barnes going to take it front court and dribble out the clock. It's a 9-point win for the Toronto Raptors. And for the first time since February of 2023, the Toronto Raptors have won 4 straight basketball games.
But they won 4 straight games, Jonesy, but in this one right here, they played like the rent was due. They played hungry for 3 quarters of basketball, did a good job in the first 2 quarters of containing the guards of New Orleans. Right, New Orleans came out in the third quarter. They made a big push, right, got themselves going, got some motion, got some momentum on their side, and in the fourth quarter, Toronto Raptors really closed this thing out, and they were the enforcer of this game. 23 second chance points for the Raptors, 37 bench points. The bench has been playing well the last couple of games, but big contributions, and you mentioned it, the R.J. Barrett, the Scotty Barnes, duo, and then Pirtle came in and did his thing with 21 points and 14 rebounds, 5 assists. But I was really impressed with Jamal Shen, right? Not big numbers, 5 points, 5 assists, but he played some big-time minutes late in the game, and I think that's tremendous for his growth.
Well, speaking of big-time minutes, this guy was born ready. He comes out ready to play every night and really contributing of late. Chris Boucher joining us, terrific game. Chris with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 of 9 from distance. And I was wondering if New Orleans didn't have cable leaving you open in the corner there. Don't they watch?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they were doing. Obviously, you miss a couple, they feel like you're going to miss all night. But they should know. I mean, there's not one shot that I feel like I can't make if I'm open. So, obviously my teammates found me. They've been doing a really good job to just put me in a good position, so it feels really good.
Chris, you got to describe to us what your role is, right? Because it seems like every time you come in, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you're on a heater. You're almost, it's a microwave, we call you the air fryer now. Just get to it right away. So what you got to tell us, tell the people what your role is.
Just pick it up wherever we need. Rebound, blocking shots, making shots, whatever we need. A little bit of energy. Obviously, coming off the bench, you get to see the game and see what you want to do and how you want to help. So I'm just trying to figure out what we need during the games and come in the game and do it. If we're down 5, I want to be up 10. If we up 10, I want to be up 20.
Chris,
whatever I got to do.
Chris, this is what we thought we were going to see at the beginning of the year with everybody healthy. And what's the vibe in the locker room right now? Because you guys are rolling 4 in a row, but yet we're close to trade deadline. And when I think of you and Bruce, and people want to know what's going on.
I mean, we can only focus on what's going on in the locker room. And for us, it's to win game. We got to try to get better. Obviously, the outside's going to do what they think. They're going to talk and all, but what we've been focusing, obviously, the last 6 games, we've been playing really good basketball, and as you can tell, we're not letting the outside get inside the locker room. We do what we're supposed to do and try to win games.
All right, Chris, thanks for the time, man. Keep it rolling.
Thank you.
Chris Boucher joining us as the Raptors win 4 in a row for the first time since February of 2023 when they defeated Detroit, New Orleans, Orlando, and then Detroit again in a sequence to get them 4 notches in the left-hand column. Looks good. Let the good times roll in Toronto right now, and they'll be rolling with the post-game and Jim Taddy, him along with Warren Ward. For all of us here at TSN 1050, we say thank you for listening. 4th straight win for the Raptors, 113-104 against New Orleans. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN.
9 p.m., Washington faces Indiana on XM 385 Internet 975. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Monday, January the 27th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers face the Detroit Pistons. Cavs on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 885. Pistons on Internet 888.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. When Secretariat began preparing for his 2-year-old season back in 1972, his connections were not too thrilled with what they had. He was described more as a clumsy and lazy horse than the dominant thoroughbred he would become. In his first race, he finished 4th, the worst result of his career. After winning an allowance race at Saratoga, he went on to win 5 stakes races with jockey Ron Turcotte. His year was so brilliant, he won the American Horse of the Year. His 3-year-old season, however, would be far more spectacular. It began with 2 straight stakes wins, then a hiccup at the Wood Memorial, placing 3rd heading into the Kentucky Derby. His performance there, though, was record-breaking. He became the first horse to complete the mile and a quarter track at Churchill Downs in under 2 minutes, a feat not repeated until 2001. Much of the same occurred at the Preakness, as he won by 2.5 lengths for his 2nd straight win. Only 4 horses competed at the Belmont, and none would come near to Secretariat that day. He won by 31 lengths in 2:24 flat, the fastest 1.5 miles ever over a dirt track. Secretariat won 4 of his last 6 races in his final win, coming at Woodbine Racetrack in Toronto. In all, he had 16 wins in just 21 starts. Secretariat, one of the best of all time. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Monday, January the 27th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers face the Detroit Pistons. Cavs on Sirius 137 XM212 and Internet 885. Pistons on Internet 888. 7 p.m., Charlotte Hornets face the LA Lakers. Hornets on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 883.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thank you so much for being here tonight during the Raptors game. I just wanted to stop and say thank you for being here, because just by being here, you are making a difference at SickKids Hospital right here in Toronto. Every single month, we make a donation, which is a percentage of our revenue here at the channel, and it goes directly to SickKids Hospital. We're over $6,500 raised in 8 months, and with the college football playoff successes and what we're about to see with the NFL playoffs, and what we're seeing with the NFL playoffs, oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun making that big time donation in just a couple of months. Thank you for being here. Let's have fun in the chat. Keep it classy, and go Raptors, go.
On Internet 887. 8 p.m., Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Atlanta Hawks. Timberwolves on Sirius 132 XM201 and Internet 897. Hawks on Internet 880. 8:30 p.m., Dallas Mavericks face the Washington Wizards. Mavericks on Sirius 119 XM202 and Internet 886. Wizards on Internet 909. 9 p.m., Utah Jazz face the Milwaukee Bucks. Jazz on Sirius 85 XM203 and Internet 908. Bucks on Internet 896. 9:30 p.m., Phoenix Suns face the LA Clippers. Suns on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 903. Clippers on Internet 892. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Detroit Red Wings take on the LA Kings. Red Wings on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 929. Kings on Internet 932. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the New Jersey Devils. Flyers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 940. Devils on Internet 936. 7:30 p.m., St. Louis Blues face the Vancouver Canucks. Blues on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 944. Canucks on Internet 948. 9:30 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the Seattle Kraken. Oilers on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 930. Kraken on Internet 943. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sharks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 942. Penguins on Internet 941. In NCAA college men's basketball, 6:30 p.m., Michigan faces Penn State. Michigan on Sirius 211, XM 195 and Internet 957. Penn State on XM 380, Internet 970. 8 p.m., Ohio State faces Iowa. Ohio State on XM and Internet 372. Iowa on XM 382, Internet 972. 8:30 p.m., Duke faces NC State. Duke on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. NC State on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., USC faces UCLA. USC on XM and Internet 372. UCLA on XM 386, Internet 976. 10:30 p.m., Arizona takes on Iowa State on Sirius 108, XM 199 and Internet 953. In NCAA college women's basketball, 7 p.m. Tennessee takes on South Carolina. Tennessee on Sirius 106, XM 190 and Internet 960. South Carolina on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. 8 p.m. Missouri faces Mississippi State on XM 381, Internet 971. 8:30 p.m. Illinois takes on Purdue on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m. Washington faces Indiana on XM 385, Internet 975. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Monday, January the 27th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers face the Detroit Pistons. Cavs on Sirius 137, XM 212, and Internet 885. Pistons on Internet 888.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.